Hey, welcome back, welcome back. Check this out. Whew. We took advantage of a Black Friday special and we got the new Roborock. I don't even know which number it was again. It's cool. It's got the tanks in it, so it actually will do the automatic watering and cleaning, dust emptying, all that good stuff. But either way, we wanted to show you what this one is, what it's all about. We're going to go through it. I'll run over all the details later on here and a little bit later in this video. But right now, let's start off with a 10-second unboxing montage. Ooh, it's pretty. It's pretty. The mops, got the two mops on the bottom. Check this out. This is what we saw in the video. So one, check this out. The brush can actually come out and we'll get into the corners. These mops, this one can swing out and get around different items. Seeing the way the new brush design sends everything to the middle, so like hair and stuff won't get tangled up. We'll test it. I'll throw some hair out. We'll do what we can with it. But either way, over time, I'll come back in even with a different video and show you, give you an update on it, and see how it's going. But so far, cool. Yeah, and then you got the tray that goes up in the front. Ooh. Oh, this is awesome. And then the bag, my best. This is probably filter bags that go inside of the unit. So yeah, so there you go. There's the final stages of the actual unboxing. I'll read through this. Let's go get it charged up and then we'll see you. So here it is, all set up and charged over the night. New water is in this container. Yep, that container right there. That is for the dirty water that you can take out. So they're actually pretty cool. They're not, I mean, they're pretty good size. I mean, then you notice the indicator light there. When I took that out, it's like, hey, oh, don't start yet. Anyway, that one's filled up. It's ready to go. This just had a couple pieces of plastic inside of it. It's where the bag, I showed that earlier, where the bag's at. And then, it was clipping the tray on. And that was pretty much about it. Do the programming of it, which we had the app already. Super convenient. Press and hold the two buttons till you hear the Wi-Fi reset, and then you can connect it to your own from there. So I want to share with you some of my first impressions, my initial thoughts on the Roborock Qrevo. I'm going to go with Qrevo because we named it Jose, so I'm naming it Jose Qrevo. But either way, I wanted to go over some of that. The initial, impressions from an unboxing standpoint was fantastic. The packaging was great. You saw there that at the beginning, the initial steps there, just everything was packaged really nice, really well. They did a great job with that. Very easy. It was convenient, easy to get to, easy to set up. So on that part, that would lead me right into the next one, and that would be the setup part of it. Setup was a breeze. Just like the first time when we got the first Roborock, it was super simple. Just following those step-by-step instructions, which, there's only like a handful. I think there was like 3 steps that you actually had to follow to set it up. And it was basically, in the video there, I showed like, oh, you push and hold these 2 buttons. It talks about the Wi-Fi popping up. It was easy. You set up your Wi-Fi, your password, boom, you're connected to your network. Setup was a breeze. As far as plugging into the wall, it's ready to go. Everything, fill the water tank. Now that is something I will tell you about. We're going to use distilled water in it just because water varies from location to location, and you could have different things that could calcify or do something like that. We don't want to tear up the Roborock or cause a problem with the tank or the pipes or anything like that. So we're going to use the distilled water. That way, hopefully, we will not have any problems whatsoever. Now, mapping. Mapping was a breeze. As you can see there in the video, the mapping took about 15 seconds for it. 15 seconds. Dude, that would be awesome if it took 15 seconds. That would be too cool. That'd be like just look around and map everything. Okay, no, mapping took like 15 minutes. It ran around the house. It didn't do any cleaning. It just ran around and it mapped everything on our first floor. Now, this particular unit, it said, can store up to 4 different floors. So if you have multiple floors and you want to use the same unit, You just have to reload the map of the floor that you're wanting it to clean. So yeah, so that part was a breeze. Mapping, just it went around. That was fantastic as far as that. Super easy again. You just start it. And then once it was done mapping, that's where then you can actually take and you can start to get into the app and you can start to look at, I'll move over, look at some of this stuff here. You can actually do room splits. This is where you can actually get into the room dividing and start to label it. Give them names, hallways, bathrooms, guest rooms. I'm thinking of all ours: dining room, kitchen, family room, living room, whatever. They've got some presets, or you can just give it your name, whatever you want to do as well. You can also, that's where you can also put your no-goes or your no zones, or you're like, hey, I don't want it, like in our guest bedroom, I don't want it to go, if you look at the map there, I don't want it to go under the bed because there's a lot of cords right now that are underneath there. And this one, as I had mentioned, I believe at the beginning, was that this one does not have the obstacle avoidance. I mean, that was like another $300 or $400. And we're like, you know what, we can just pick up our stuff just a little bit more, keep it a little bit tidy before we go running the vacuum. So with that though, we set up the no-goes, or like I don't want it to go in another certain room right at the moment, like the master bedroom yet. So I'm going to put a no entry block across there. So that part's really cool. The mapping, the intuition of the app, they actually do a really good job. And I've not had, how long have we had we've had the original Roborock, which is in the basement now. And I don't think I've had a failure of that app since we've owned it. And that thing's 2 or 3 years old, 4 years old now. So I'm like, they're pretty solid. And they've done a number of updates. They keep up with it. Same thing like this, because we already had the app. I just scanned the barcode and it was ready to go. I mean, it's there. And so now I can just swipe in between the two, which is really cool. So that part, app was good, mapping's good, all that, setting up the rooms, blah, blah, blah. There we go, continue on. So now I've cleaned. So doing the cleaning part of it, this is where between our S5, our original one, between the 4 years of improvements, I can't believe. So the auto detection, when it went from hard surface to carpet to a rug, it knew to stop mopping the floor. And right now I have it on AI plan. So it is developing its own plan at the moment. And so it's pretty cool. So it's sucking more powerful, which this thing has a super huge sucking component to it. I think it's like 18,000 versus our S5 was 2,000. I'm like, holy cow. Now, from there, noise level is not that bad, because of that. So it's mopping in certain areas, it's sucking more in other areas. So it's doing a really cool job, but it's not very loud. I was surprised. I believe it is more quiet. Yeah, more quiet than the S5.
Mouthwash. Resuming cleaning.
Super impressed with that as well. Cleaning wise, it's cool how the arms now, because yeah, you could never get in the corners of these things. And it's not perfect. I mean, there were some like, I can't think of the name of it, but we had a square version where it was round in the back and square in the front. and it would get in the corners pretty good. But now this one, the way they've got these arms that pop out, it will get in there. I mean, just take a look at this. It's just like super cool how it will get in those corners now. Same thing with the mopping feature, how when it's going around a chair or something like that, how the back mop will actually swing out and touch those areas. Way, way, way. I mean, the old one never did that. And the old one always, when the mop was on or the mop was off. And you could never tell it to really to stop unless you program the map to say, hey, do not mop here. So this one with its intuition, I mean, looking at the map, you can see how it knows, like when it gets onto carpet, however it senses that. So I got to give some credit there. Roborock's done a great job with the sensing point of view. So they know it's going. Like when it hit the rugs, it would know, hey, stop mopping, and it would. So that part's really cool. And then it went back, going back to clean the mops. And then also it dumped out the container. That is just so cool. And so now I did it. It actually did it twice. It looked like it took about 2 hours to do our main level once it actually, because it seemed like it was mapping again, like a more detailed mapping when it actually was cleaning versus the original. I mean, it got the original map. It's like, hey, I know where I'm going. But then it said it was doing a more detailed map as it was cleaning. So that part was really nice. But overall, even my wife noticed when she came home, she's like, hey, the floors look better. And I'm like, yeah, it did its job. It ran across the house and it cleaned them. And I really, truly believe it did. But I'll take a look here. I'll see if I can't throw something up over this while I'm saying, and just show you a couple ideas, a couple scenes here of where it's doing its cleaning. I'll show you something about there in the corner piece, going around the chairs. But either way. So yeah, so overall, my first impressions of the one time I've used this, from the unboxing to the setup and now to the cleaning, I'm a believer. I am still a believer in Roborock. I have been for the last 4 years. This has been the best. I'd said that one's been the best vacuum that we've had. And now this new one, the Qrevo Edge, as I'm going to call it, the edge cleaner, it is my next best. Now, if that next level up where it actually does has the cameras, it eliminates the LiDAR around the top, so now it can get into some other low profile locations. That would probably be the next step up, but right now the price was just a little much. So, hey, if we switch these out later on in the future, we'll do this all over again. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you guys. So there you go. And stay tuned for more. I'll more than likely, after we've had it for a little while, I'll do a follow-up with you and let you know how it's going. All right, take care. See ya.